Is it going to stay on as I tow it home? That's the thing. Probably not. We might just put that in the boot or something. It's such a crap Porsche. Hello and welcome to HJR Garage. I am Henry. So I am sat here very early in the morning in my Jaguar HJR with a big trailer on the back ready to come pick up a car. And it's a very exciting car because it's from a little YouTube channel called NotEconomicallyViable. It is a Porsche 944 and he did a couple of episodes on it. He doesn't need me to plug him. He's a much bigger channel than me. But if you've not watched them, go and watch them because they are fantastic videos. So yeah, I'm going to go and pick up that car today and I'll explain how that came about and why I'm doing it on the journey down. But for now, I'm just going to get going. I'm also going to pick up Tom on the way because he's going to help me because I've never driven a car with a trailer before and he has. So yeah, let's get going. Lorry driver in it. That is a Who can we have off with a trailer on the back?
Oh, mate, you smashed this cash guy next door. Who's also on the right here? What's on the right here? Audi A5. What's an RS4 here? RS4.
Right, well, we've hit typical M1 traffic, which is great. So I thought I'd just explain to you the story behind why I'm going to get this car and how it came about. So, Nino from NotEconomicallyViable. When I first started my YouTube channel, I gave him an email. I emailed quite a few other well-known YouTubers to get a bit of advice, and Nino was the only one that replied, and he gave me a really, really good email about what to do, some books to read, all that type of stuff of how to kind of start doing a YouTube channel. And I was really grateful for it, for him to take the time to do that. And he started on this 944 Porsche, which he found on someone's drive, and it was covered in building rubble and all that type of stuff. And when I was watching the video, I was thinking, I know that Nino doesn't really do full restorations. He just kind of gets them up and running and usable. Whereas obviously I take it a little bit further and hopefully make it a nice car. So I emailed him and said, if you ever get rid of that car, let me know. And he emailed back saying, will do, leave it with me kind of thing. He did another video on it, which you should go and watch, by the way, because they're really good videos. And then about 6 months later, I got an email from him saying, were you serious? Did you want to buy the car? So I said, yeah, I was. Now, the reason I like 944s is because of Top Gear. And they did a cheap car challenge, a cheap Porsche challenge. James May had a 944, and ever since watching that, I just really fancied one of the 944s, like with the pop-up headlights and everything. They just look brilliant. So we've got another couple of hours to drive, and then we'll be there, and I'll give you another update then. So, yeah, I'll see you then. Hello, bud.
Hello, how you doing?
Your Porsche?
This is what your Porsche now, mate. Your Porsche now.
So what have I got to do to it?
One of everything.
Okay.
One of absolutely everything. Right, look, I haven't touched this car for quite some time.
Okay.
I can't remember, basically. As you can see, we've got all the leaves in there. What did I do on this? Oh,
I remember you doing a radiator.
I did a... right. So it's had a new radiator because the other one exploded.
Yeah.
I had the injectors cleaned.
Remember that? Yeah.
The injectors cleaned, but I still think that I still think you're going to need to replace those injectors.
Okay.
I still think there's something in it because I'm almost certain if we were to try and get the car running again, I was getting the car running after it sat for a period of time by basically zapping each of the injectors individually with electric
Okay.
to get them to run. So I think they're sticking or they're doing.
Nothing to do with that relay in there, do you not?
Could be.
Could be, yeah.
I mean, the wiring when I got this car, I remember now, it was just an absolute mess. It could be that it's not getting enough enough current or something. I'd definitely take a look at that. It was just an absolute complete nightmare. You want to watch all your expensive cabs?
Like 10 quid stuff. Well, you managed to fill two episodes, so you have to do something.
Oh my word, look at that.
Oh, that's a lot of water. Well, I might have to sort that.
Well, you might have to sort that. That might be a good place to start.
Is there any expensive electrical stuff in there? Yeah, Bob. Yeah, okay, nice.
You might be pleased to know that the ECU is under the steering.
Okay, cool.
The ECU's down there. So I went through with the electrics and I got them going. You know, with anything on my channel, it's like enough to get the car kind of running, driving basically. And I have driven it around a bit. That's about it. I think it has new spark plugs. I may have put points, not points, a new rotor cap in there. You can see I definitely put an oil filter.
All right, equal 225. That's full service history.
I either actually did put an oil filter on, or I just wrote April 25 on the old one. Probably just give that. To be honest with you. So I'm assuming there's oil.
I mean, you're painting a very good picture of what I've got to do here.
I'm painting a terrible picture of my workmanship. So I'm guessing I put oil in it. You can see that I've attached a positive cable to the negative, so be careful of that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We've got two red cables to confuse you.
That's cool.
That's all I had.
That's the side cable. Okay. Nice. You said there's a funny way of starting it now, is there? I've got a bridge.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing this. So I was pulling the injectors off, and I was basically getting 12 volts off of the battery, and just making each injector individually fire by itself.
Okay.
And I worked out you could do that enough times, it would crank it enough times and shout at it and kick it enough times,
it would get going eventually.
Just about get going.
I didn't actually introduce you at the start of that. So this is Nino. I'm pretty sure if you watch my show, you're probably going to know who Nino is. But it's not economically viable. So if you've not checked him out, go and he does all this kind of cars. It's fantastic. These Land Cruisers and stuff as well.
So just about get things going and then leave them, never to be touched.
But let some mucker like me try and finish it up.
This is a good thing that we'll put this on the list. The door does not open from the outside, only the inside. So I think I reconnected a load of stuff. There, you can see there's just switches hanging. This was all kind of like it when I came. So that there is my fancy relay bridge cable.
Okay.
So under here, it's really hard to see, but there. This comes off, and then there's a few more kind of behind it, I think.
Okay.
These cars are absolutely famous for tearing through what's called a DME relay.
Okay.
And it's the relay that controls fuel pump, the injectors.
So not important stuff to make it run then?
No, there's nothing important. What you can do is you can use this to actually jumper the thing and make the fuel pump run constantly when they go, and they do all go. Everyone who owns kind of this era of Porsche, to be honest with you, they always travel with a spare one in the glove box.
Okay, well, they just go around.
Yeah, they're not mad expensive. You can get loads of aftermarket ones.
But you just bridge it.
But you can bridge it with that. So you can have that.
Oh, thank you, mate.
You can have that.
Maybe both of us try. There we go. Other than that,
yeah. I mean, you can see though that that's just.
Well, that's.
I think what might have happened.
It looks like an aftermarket.
I think there was a stereo or something. You see this massive earth there that's just been cut.
Oops, sorry.
Oh yeah. don't assume that anything is actually connected or.
Is it going to stay on as I tow it home? That's the thing. Probably not. We might just put that in the boot or something.
You know what? This car did about 20 miles in my own.
And you didn't know. Okay.
I didn't even check. The other one on.
Has it got another one?
Yeah, it's there. Do I need to check? This, no,
Let's just close that, please. All that there, and I'll worry about that another time. That's fine.
So, also, someone offered me a lot of money for that steering wheel.
Did they?
Yeah. So apparently,
Okay.
someone offered me about 250 quid.
Really?
Apparently, it was an in-period, sought after.
Okay.
They might have been talking complete rubbish, but worth knowing.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's not the original steering wheel, obviously. So it's had a new fuel pump.
Cool.
That's down here under this side by the back wheel.
Is that a tent?
That is a proper 80s
Yeah.
tin.
Is it? Is you inside? Can you see out the back? No.
No, it's not a tin.
It's just a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. Yeah.
Okay.
It's absolutely no.
Does the boot open?
Boot does open. I think there's a bit of a technique to it.
There you go.
So we have got a load of the body panel.
We've got the door card as well, which is good. Oh yeah, it's just completely black in it.
Yeah, it's just completely black. Yeah, it's awful.
Okay.
I think I got the lights working. Oh yeah, that was right.
Well, yeah, you didn't
That is a crack. Yeah. So these are second hand.
Yeah. Better than what they were.
Yeah, they're second hand.
That's all right.
That exhaust, which I'm not sure if that was original or it sticks out a lot.
Does it sound?
That sounds alright. Not too bad. It's had 4 new tyres.
Oh, that's
The cheapest tyres that I could find.
Okay.
So it's had 4 new tyres. The rims, when I took the wheels, I guess, sorry, there's quite a lot of corrosion on the inside of the wheel.
All right. Okay.
They took a lot of it off for me. And they're all sides are held air, so I can only imagine it worked.
Like work, didn't it?
They put new valves on it.
Well, the plating. So that's aftermarket sunroof.
Yeah,
I tell you what, it doesn't look too bad, though, does it?
Yeah. A lot of people commented on my video before saying, "Why is it got a like, what? I didn't do it. It came like it." But yeah, so if you want to take it back to, I mean,
Someone's been riding it.
I think that is. I think that was like copious amounts of building material. Maybe,
Yeah, potentially.
Before, where he was doing his house extension. Remember your sweet bonnet pins?
Oh, yeah.
It did have bonnet pins on it, but they were missing. So they were already there, so I just put new eBay.
Yeah, it just needs tidying up, doesn't it? Yeah. I reckon all the mechanicals look pretty good.
Put a badge on it as well.
Yeah, well, that's the most important thing, isn't it? And on the 8th day, God created Porsche. So let's move this big lump.
As well.
You did the timing.
It's all coming back to me. I did the timing because I'm looking at this. I'm looking at these new parts down there. Look, but it's entirely possible that the timing is like a tooth out or something. It's a little bit like shaky, you know. But I did do the time, so it's got all new timing gear on it. Whether you need to adjust it or not is another matter. But
Was that the old negative?
yeah. You see, what I did there was just took it off and then
Just left it.
just left it like that.
Yeah.
So that'd be the best thing.
Well, there we go. So now we're going to try and get this on a trailer. We're going to try and move that somehow. So, just pure hand. And then we've got to tow it home with a jag. It's not designed for towing at all. Get home with it.
Go now, won't it?
Yeah, I'll bring that out. You could have driven this though.
You could have driven it. You could have.
Yeah, I like you, a glass half full.
This is such a sick car. Oh God, I love it. I've always wanted one of these.
Oh, it's fantastic. I was the same. It's all aluminium.
Yeah.
It's all aluminium.
Yeah.
So this one's a bit ropey, but like.
What do you want one that's not like?
But it's. But it's fine, isn't it? You know what I mean? It works.
Is this the 4.2 supercharger?
Yeah. You're getting distracted, so I'm sorry.
So it's just this area of the car. Yeah, I heard you. I heard you pull up. It's great.
I have taken the back boxes off as well. Success is on the trailer. We're just going to do some paperwork and stuff. I'm going to say bye to Nino. What an absolutely fantastic guy. Had some good chats. I'm going to have to edit quite a lot of it because there's some stuff that you're not going to be able to hear. Solid?
Solid that, yeah.
But yeah, we're going to pack all this away and then we can get going with it. Get back to Warrington, another 4-hour drive. Happy days.
Right.
You don't actually give a problem. You say it's going to. You can get away with saying, oh, it's doing well. You can't say, oh, it's going to blow a head gasket. Oh. So we've just stopped at the VIP services on the M6 toll. The car's doing fantastic. Don't jinx anything, but it's doing really, really well. It's pulling like a trooper, is this Jag. And yeah, let me turn the camera around and show you properly what it looks like, because I think it looks like really good towing cars, to be fair. What a tow rig. It's a bit low at the back, but it's handling it really well. It's got plenty of power, I suppose. It's only when you get closer to the car in the daylight that you realise that it is absolutely buggered. What on earth have I got myself into?
Looks great, honestly.
It's like you can see up underneath it now. It's there's nothing left of these bumpers and stuff. Everything's like, it's obviously had some like mud flaps or something on it at some point. Like these bits here, like it's all so bad. The underneath doesn't look too bad. It's a bit crispy. It's got some sort of different suspension on it. It's got a new fuel pump and stuff. Yeah. But at least it looks good on the trailer, eh? So we are going to blast home now, get it loaded or unloaded, get it under the carport, and yeah, tomorrow we'll have a good look around it, maybe give it a clean, and yeah, contemplate my life choices. Really, I think that's going to be the main thing. Now, whilst you're watching these beautiful British motorways, I thought it'd be a good time to mention that my merchandise shop is now live. So any purchases you make on that will massively help out the channel. They can be purchased by the link in the description or on my YouTube shop. Now, I've not got my microphone on, so the audio is not going to be great. What a day. I am shattered. It's pitch black now. I've taken the trailer back, so that's all sorted. The Extra Mile trailer hire, absolutely fantastic company. Really, really good to work with. I'll put some links to them in the video because I like to recognise good service. I didn't get any money off or anything for that. That's just me saying they're good. The Porsche is under the carport, and it's only now that you realise how small an MGB is, because I thought I'd have loads of room to work on this, but it takes up most of the carport. Let me show you. So I've got more room on this side than I normally do, granted, but that side, it is close. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here for tonight, and hopefully I'm going to come back tomorrow morning and we can give it a good clean, I think, and have a good look around it and see what we need to do. And then I need your help. What do I do with it? I don't know. I kind of bought it on a whim. It's not going to go concourse. It's not a good contender for that. But do we make it a nice road car? Do we turn it into a track car? What do we do? I don't know. You put it in the comments and let me know what you think. But tomorrow we're going to come and have a really, really good look around it and give it a bit of a clean up, I think, and see what it looks like underneath all this grime and things. So I'll see you then. Good morning. Fresh day. Porsche's there. What have I done? Anyway, I think the best thing to do to start off with is to try and get it running. Let's try and get the engine started so that I can drive it to the front of the house to give it a really good clean. I've been poking holes in it and stuff, finding loads of rust this morning, which I'll show you later. But first of all, let's try and get it started. Now the battery light is on. It's got enough to turn it over, but not quite enough to start it. And I know there's some other issues. I can't hear the fuel pump. So I need to dig into all of that. I need to get my battery pack from somewhere. And then we can crack on with trying to get it started somehow. So let me figure life out, and then I will let you know what I need to do to get it started. Right, first job done. This here was blocked up, which drains this battery compartment. So that's one thing done. So now I can charge this up. I'll probably have to take that battery out at some point because it looks a bit minging in there. But yeah, let's see if we can charge that battery. Right, I have a battery pack, jumper pack thing. So, I can put that on here. Now the ground is a red wire, which is a bit confusing, but never mind. I have to maybe change that. Okay, so that is doing something now. So let's try and turn the key and see if we've got a bit more power. Open it from the inside. No, still can't hear the fuel pump. Right, let's do some research and find out which one of these relays it is, and I'll bridge it and get the fuel pump to come on all the time. Right, I've been messing around with this for a little bit. I found another relay in the car for that DME relay. So let me show you what I mean. So that was the one that was on it, and I found that behind the back seat. So that second one in, I think, is the DME relay, which does your fuel pump and stuff. And since I've done that, when I turn the key, because I had a helper to turn the key, and the fuel pump does come on eventually. It's just not straight away, but it does come on. So that wiring is just all a mess. There's lots of things just not plugged in, and yeah, it's not great. There's just random things everywhere. I've emptied the car out. I've emptied the boot out and stuff. Everything that was in it is now here under trays and side skirts and door cards and different bits and bobs. So that's all there. The fuel pump is there. Now, this hose coming from the tank has all collapsed and it feels really bad. So that needs replacing. It's all soft and weird. So I'm wondering whether that is stopping some of the fuel getting to the injectors. because you can feel it in there. It's just not like a normal hose. So I will have a piece of hose that goes from there to there. I just know when I undo that, fuel's going to come out everywhere. So I need to figure out another way to do that. But I'm hoping it's got enough flow just to give me a start for now. Let me keep cranking on it, and I think it might come to life by just keeping cranking on it once it gets the fuel to the rail, if it can. So I need to reset my battery thing. He's going to press this all the time. So that's now charging that battery, or giving it a bit of a jump. Okay. For whatever reason, I mean, it's not good that you can just pull the injector wire off. It's not wanting to go. Now what I could do is undo this rail, pull that off and see if these injectors are actually got some fuel coming out of them. And then I can look at spark and all that type of stuff. So let me pull this injector rail off. I think that's the best idea. And see if we can see this fuel coming out. Right, so let's take this injector rail off a little bit. So if I can rule out the fact that we've got any issues with fuel delivery, then we can move on to other things. I should really have read a manual or something, shouldn't I? Because I'm just going to start undoing things until that comes loose. Jump into things just head first and see what happens is my philosophy with life in general. And most of the time, that works out. Admittedly, not all the time. Sometimes it definitely does not work. But what's the point in worrying about that? Come on. Get yourself out of here. I can smell fuel. I'm very much used to working on things a little bit older. Or, I suppose, this era of car is a bit of a weird one because it's like the first era that had ECUs and electronic ignition and all that type of stuff. So that can cause an issue because it's not very kind of self-explanatory. You can't just plug something in to read a code or something like that, really, which is annoying. What do I do with this car? Right, they're the fuel injectors. So if I put each one of them into this cup, and then we can fire them off and see if those cups start to fill up. What are they doing? Anything? Bone dry, bone dry, bone dry. No, they are not doing anything. So we have no fuel whatsoever. And I know Nino had these cleaned, so they should be good. So yeah, let's see if we can get fuel down those. I think I found out what the problem is. So let me show you what I mean. I wanted to rule out that relay, so I've used Nino's little jumper thing to make it just do. I plug that in, still nothing from the fuel pump. And the ignition is on. If I wiggle the fuel pump wires, are you gonna do it this time? That's slightly annoying because that was working. Maybe it's run out of battery. Oh, there you go. Hear it? It doesn't sound quite right, does it? I think this pipe is causing that to block up. I have been messing around with this fuel pump for a bit. So I've been hitting it and the fuel filter, and I think it's all clogged up. I think that might be the problem. I got the pump to run constantly then. So with the pump running constantly, I'm going to try and start it and see if I can get those injectors to fire now. That's the plan anyways. Right, let me put my thing back in. My drummer pack's run out of battery, so if this doesn't have enough battery to start, it's going to be a bit of a pain. Okay, the fuel pump's now stopped again. So let me hit it a few more times. There we go. need to leave it a little bit maybe to get this, to get the pressure out. I wonder if that's a bleed for it, to get some of the air out of the system. That fuel pump is buzzing away. I don't trust that. It is a little bit wet then when I just undid it a little bit, so I think there is fuel there. So let's try that again. Right, they work. Ah, petrol in the eye. So they're not clicking is the issue. There's nothing telling them to fire. Yeah, so if you click them, they've all got fuel there now. Yeah, so they've all got fuel at them. There's just nothing telling them to click, so that's the issue now. So let me work that out. So why wouldn't they be getting told to go? Unless I need to do what Nino says and jump them with some 12 volts each to get them to come to life, maybe. It sounds to me like those injectors are dead. They're clean, but dead, I think. Right, let me see if I can rig up something to put them to life. Right, so I've rigged up an old battery here. And when I actually give power to these injectors, it works. So let me do that to all of them. Don't touch them together, Henry. I'm conscious that I've got the fuel pump running, so I don't want to take too long with this. Oh, never see that again. Right, so that one works. So I now know every one of those will work with power. Has that now shocked them into life, do you think? I need you guys to look at that really, really closely and tell me if they fire. Right, there's multiple issues with this system. So I'm going to take this kind of bit off the end here, and I have just been kind of trying to get the fuel pump to do its thing. And it will eventually just trickle out, but the first bit of fuel was so bad. It's just black, basically. So I want to try and get the fuel pump to pump some stuff into here. Oh, I really needed that. No. I need to find that. That little ball bearing is the stopper for this. Where did that just go? Why am I such an idiot all the time? We just had a bit of a disaster. And there is petrol everywhere, literally everywhere. Like, it stinks. Like, the wife came outside from inside saying, "Why does it smell of petrol in the house?" Let me show you. So that's all petrol. So I've been using spark plugs to plug hoses and stuff. Basically, the hose that goes from the bottom of the tank to the fuel pump was just disintegrated. It wasn't allowing the fuel pump to pump. And when I tried to pull it off to change it with a new pipe, it just split in half. That's how bad it was. That's what the fuel was trying to flow through. Yeah, it's just terrible. This is obviously how it's meant to look. And this end, yeah, it was just no chance it was going to fuel properly. So I need to go and buy some new fuel and fuel holes. I've managed to capture most of the fuel in there and in there. There was actually a lot of fuel in that tank. I didn't think there was, or would be, because the fuel gauge was empty, but obviously the fuel gauge isn't working. So I'm going to let that drip into there and then fill that up with some more of those to try and save a little bit of fuel. And it can be, I'll give it to my dad for lawnmower fueling, because the smell of it it's unbelievable. It's like, oh, I don't know, it was just so varnished, that fuel. I think it's been in there for a very long time. So I think it's probably a good thing anyway that we've done this. So I'm going to cut a sliver of this fuel pipe off, go to the shops, yeah, buy some new fuel hose. Warrington must seriously be the worst town to drive around. I left at 1 o'clock, it is now 3 o'clock. I've not got any fuel hose. Halfords doesn't stock it, HJR Parts doesn't stock it. I've also bought some of this, like injector cleaner stuff. I'm gonna pop that in. I've got some fuel for it. Just a pain. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can get it started today, but we will see. So it's now 3:30 and I went to several other places. No one has 12mm fuel hose, so it's fantastic. I am now going to go home because I've had enough of people and I've ordered it on Amazon, so it'll be here tomorrow. However, I'm in work now for about a week. I'll say bye for today, and then I will see you again in about a week's time, where I will hopefully fix this engine and get it running and driving. Right, I'm just in the garage, just tidying up and doing some different bits and bobs of the MG and things, but I just thought I'd show you this. So what I thought was a wrap on the inside of this bonnet is actually paint. Someone has painted the whole inside rear glass. I have never ever seen that before. Why? That's got to be like an 80s thing. Like, yes, okay, the rear glass is now silver, so it kind of suits in with the rest, but you can't see out the rear window, so what's the point? So I've got a very long process of scraping this off, and you might have seen the other video of all the creepy crawlies on this. I've wiped it all down with petrol, so yeah, we'll see if that not enough to affect the rubber, but yeah, I've wiped it all down with petrol to kill everything. Yeah, I just need to get on with that. Good morning. It's about a week later. Now, you might have seen there's been a few little changes. So I've started scraping off the paint from that rear window. It just takes forever. It's a right pain, but it needs to be done, so it will be done. The other thing is I've changed the fuel line underneath the car, but the fuel pump is dead. Now, Nino did change that fuel pump, so it's not lasted very long. And it looks like I've bought exactly the same one. So let's hope that one lasts a little bit longer. I think just because it was trying to pull on nothing on a clothesline, it just burnt itself out and it's dead now, which is a pain. So first job is to change that fuel pump and to try and get this started and moving it around so I can finally give it a clean. Once it's moving around, it just makes my life easier because I can get it out of the way and work on the MG and that type of stuff. So my main job is to fit that fuel pump and get this car running again. So let's not waste any time. Let's just get straight for fitting that fuel pump. So here's a new fuel pump. It's got a banjo style fitting there, and then the two posts, and then that one's just a fitting for a hose clamp. That's the location of the fuel pump. So I just need to disconnect those two lines there. I've already pulled that one off and drained the fuel into there. Again, really natty looking fuel. So this is probably helping the fuel tank, to be honest. So I now need to undo that banjo and take the electrical connections off, and then we should be good to go. That's the old fuel pump I've just taken out, and look at that. So if you see all the crap coming out of it. So that'll be why that broke. Hopefully me emptying the tank and putting some fresh fuel through it a few times has cleared it out. So what I will do is just put a glug of fuel in one more time with the pipe into that bucket there and just clear it out one last time before I install the new pump and everything. But yeah, it's one way to knacker up a fuel pump. It's really strange that on a reasonably modern car. So yeah, let's do that. Hopefully it's not got into the filter that looks new. Right, so that's one fuel pump change, and I've kind of looped the hose back on itself. I'll have to watch that it doesn't. It seems all right, to be honest. It's not like pinched or anything. I just cable tied it up. It was hanging a bit low before. So that's a brand new fuel pump, all wired in. That banjo connection back on. So now I can put some fresh fuel in the tank and we can see if that gives us some injection at the engine. Now you can see the colour of that fuel. Okay, yes, there's a snail shell in it, but I think that died as a result of me leaving it out. But it's so kind of, it stinks. It's varnished. So yeah, let's see if it works now. I've got a really good knack of not tidying up as I'm going, and I'm just going to do one job and then just leave it up. So let's not break the tradition of a lifetime. Let's move this out of the way now because it stinks. Pour a little bit of fuel in and then see if it leaks. If it doesn't, we'll put a lot more in. Right, let's see if that leaks or not. Right, that should be enough to get us going. Right, let me move you around to the front of the car and we'll crank on it and see if we can get anything now. Right then, back to here. So, we've got this open-ended into a pipe there, so we can turn the key and just see if I'm cranking, that starts to pour out there, which now it should do. Check we've got a relay in as well. I'm going to put this jumper pack on to see if maybe it hasn't got enough voltages. Well, that's new. So it has got now some fuel coming into that cup. I can't hear the fuel pump. But that is definitely flowing a lot of fuel. And slightly strange colour, but it's definitely cleaner than it was before. So, if you remember, I lost this ball bearing. So we'll have to try and seal it another way. Or try and find the ball bearing, I suppose. Alright, I haven't got a ball bearing, which is annoying. Because that's the proper way to do it. But I'm going to try some PTFE tape. Always go in the direction of the thread with PTFE tape. And obviously, go and get a ball bearing at some point to seal that up properly. I think this works for now, just to get us going. What's annoying is I could hear them clicking, but there's no fuel. Probably because there's no fuel pressure yet. One's got some in. That one's got some in. That one hasn't. Okay, so maybe it's just starting to build fuel pressure. So there's two of these that are still dry. They've got fuel there. There's got fuel there as well. They have actually all got fuel. This jumper pack's the most annoying jumper pack. You need to keep on clicking this button. I think what I'll do is, because I know there's fuel there now, why don't I put it back into the car? Let's stop messing about, let's just connect everything back up and get it, see if it'll start. getting there. Right, so they're all in again now. So let's reconnect this. Try. Okay, it definitely wants to go now. So let's move you around somewhere where you can see properly. Oh, there's crap everywhere. I need more room. If anyone's got a big farm with a barn going free, please let me know. Okay, that battery pack needs clicking again. It's so annoying. So close. Ah, you're joking. So that's drained this in an instant. Oh, for God's sake. It's so close to starting as well. I think what I'm going to have to do then is pull the Jag up and see if we can jumper the battery directly from the Jag. So let me set that up. Right, hopefully it's long enough. You can hear the note change in the engine there. So now let's see if we've got power to start. Oh, that was close, wasn't it? Ready to start now. 3, 2, 1, start. Oh. Ready, go. Working. Turn the Jag off. Now I don't think it's got any cooling water in it, but I don't want to run it for too long. It's ticking over. Happy days. Right, let's see, check the water. Yes! She's a runner. So that is really good news. It's a runner. That's good. So at least that's one tick in the box. I'm having some microphone issues this episode. I keep on, like the conversation with Nino, my mics weren't working, which is so frustrating because it ruins it for you watching really, because I hate tinny audio. Anyway, I think the port on my phone is on its last legs, essentially. Anyway, let's see if we can fill this with coolant and run it for a little bit longer, and then we can drive it out to the front, give it a wash. Right, I think my mic's working this time, hopefully. I've just topped the coolant up. It did have some in actually. I'm going to leave the cap off and just let it burp and kind of clear itself out. Hopefully it starts again now. Where'd I put the key? Because that would be a very good start. Like a Swiss watch. Hopefully you can hear that a bit better now. Sounds all right, it really does. I'm going to move the Jag out of the way and clear up some of these tools while it's running. Let that get hot, and then we can go and clean it. So let's do that. The water's not circulating properly yet. Maybe that's a water pump that I can hear, but then Nino did replace the water pump, so... Well, the coolant gauge is currently saying it's overheating, which is definitely not. So that's another issue I'll have to fix. Okay. Let's just pop that cap on it and drive it out while we can. Definitely got a sticky brake. Sounds good now. It's a bit windy today, as you can tell by the camera moving around. So let me leave this microphone here. Out there. That sounds sweetened up now. Happy days. Right, really nice view of the bins and everything, but that's just what I have to work with. So, this is quite some strong degreaser in here. I've taped up the air filter, put a bag around it and stuff, so that should be okay. I'm going to soak this in degreaser and then give it a jet wash, just to try and clear some of this crap. So, let's soak this in degreaser. I'm pretty sure none of this electrical stuff works anyway, so it's not like it's a big issue. We'll get the jet wash and see if we can make this engine bay look a little bit better. Nothing's ever easy, is it? Jet wash decided to pack in. Happy days. I managed to fix it by removing all the buttons and just forcing it on. So the only way you can turn the jet wash off now is from the mains, which is good. At the same time, because it threw me for a bit, my extension lead decided not to work, which is also fantastic. Hey. Right, let's re-degrease the engine bay and let's try and jet wash it. Right, so I'll move the battery because this bit here needs a bit more than a jet wash. And I'll try and get as much of the leaves out of my hand and then give it a bit of a scrub with a cloth. Luckily, it actually looks pretty solid. Lovely. Do you reckon 40 years of crap in there? There are no holes, there's a bit of surface rust. I bet you're all jumping back from the screen and you keep getting wet. Phone's going to be filthy. There we go. Right, so we've got a cleaner cloth now. So, is that blocked again? It is. Now what I need to do is move you so you don't keep getting wet. I am filthy. All in the name of the Porsche. So much like sand and stuff in here. Get off. Right, that engine bay is kind of tidy. I'm just going to close the bonnet and let it dry, and let's get on with the rest of the car. Before I do the rest of the car, I'm going to remove the front bumper and this side skirt because they're for the scrap anyway, so I might as well clean underneath them. So let's get about doing that first. Right, sun's come out, which is nice. It's such a crap Porsche. Right, the side skirt's off and the front bumper's off. They were a bit of a pain. They've obviously been off before at some point. The front bumper off there. So it's got some fixes to do under there to like the shroud of the radiator. And then obviously that just looks like a normal 944 down the side, if not a little rough. So yeah, let's see, we can at least give this a courtesy clean. It's not going to be perfect, but we can at least get some of the grime off it now. Right, let's put you on a time lapse now and we'll get some snow foam on it and actually give it a scrub. I'm on the backup crap foam because mine ran out of battery, so you just missed that whole section of time lapse of me snow foaming and stuff. It's okay, that was only the first pass, so I've already snow foamed it and jet washed it off. So this time I'm going to snow foam it and then give it a scrub and then jet wash it off and then give it a dry, and hopefully that will then be good enough to call this car clean. So let's do that. Right, that is clean. Yeah, it's surprising what a clean does really. It is definitely not perfect. There are scratches all over it, paintwork's dull, but it definitely looks a lot better than it did. I think that engine bay is the best improvement. I think that looks really good. Still got some foam in there, but it looks good. Take the rest of the blue off at some point on that intake manifold, I think. Paint came off here with the jet wash, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I can see. But then you come up closer and you can see all the little scratches and yeah, shame. So once you spend a bit of time with a car like that, kind of cleaning it and that type of stuff, you start to realise that it was once a loved car. Just some of the little details, some of the little stickers, some of the fact that people have spent time on it, it's been repainted at some point. Like, someone loved this car. And it's a shame that it got left to go like this, really, isn't it? Hopefully we can bring it back to life a little bit anyway. Let's see if it still starts. Take that bag off the intake, reverse it back under the carport, and then we'll see what we do. Typical, it's now pouring down.
You might not run very well.
There's something very wrong with this car, and I don't know what it is. I need to find out. Right, it's back under the carport. Definitely not running right, obviously. Not starting right still. So we've still got an issue somewhere. This is where my knowledge of like more modern cars kind of starts to dwindle slightly. So I need to do some research. Common problems with these cars. What would cause that? Is it that DME relay? Potentially. Is it just those injectors? I just had it and I need to buy some new ones. Yeah, at least we achieved something. We fitted a fuel pump, which was definitely bad as well. And we got it running, even if it wasn't perfect. And we cleaned it. So that's good, isn't it? Good morning. It's over a week later. So I'm going to try and finish off this Porsche episode today. Now, I did some research and tried to engage my brain a little bit. I kind of had a thought. I know I've got fuel pressure now. I'm pretty sure the injectors work because It runs when it runs, if you get me. It sounds really nice once it's going. And so I was thinking, well, what would cause it not to fire or not to want to start properly? And I think it could be fuel pressure. Not that we've got too little, that we've got too much. If the fuel pressure regulator is broken and we're pressurizing the rail to whatever the pump can do, it's going to fight against the injectors opening. So when I press the injectors, it sprays out at quite a high pressure. And then I kind of engaged that and kind of did some research on it. Apparently that is a thing. So I have a new fuel pressure regulator. And I'll show you where that goes and kind of what it looks like in a minute, because there's two. There's a fuel damper on the inlet into the rail, and then there's a fuel pressure regulator on the outlet of the rail, if you get me. And I have got a new DME relay just in case. So let's get to fitting them. So here is the fuel rail. So the injectors, as we've been playing with, are underneath here. These are the fuel pressure regulator and the fuel dampener. Now, I need to figure out which one's which. I think this one's a regulator. I'd have to just follow the pipework and just double check that. But yeah, I need to change one of these, and hopefully that could solve our problems. You can see the vacuum operated from the manifold. So they must adjust on vacuum, which is pretty normal. So it could also be a vacuum leak, I suppose. But yeah, let's take one of these off and change it and see if that's what's caused our kind of fueling issues. Well, I don't know if you could see by the time lapse, so that was a right pain in the arse. I had to take the whole injector rail back off again because you just couldn't get it. There's like a big bolt underneath that holds it all, that holds the regulator to the rail. And obviously all the pipe work is, the rubber pipe work is like tough to get on and off and whatever. Let me show you. So that's the old regulator, and that was the old pipework. That is the bolt is just around the rubber hose, if you like. It would come off, but I'll leave it there because I know where it is. There's like a washer there that holds it in. These plastic ends of the injectors came off. They were stuck in the block, so I had to fish them out. Hopefully that's still okay. But yeah, so I now need to connect my new one up to that, but I'm going to see if I can get this off. That little bracket there just on the top, see if I can get that off. So unfortunately that, I don't know if you can see on the camera, is actually integral to this one. So it looks like I won't be putting that back on the new one, and we'll just see if it fits. What I do want to do is put some air down the return line into the tank and hear it bubble. I'll take the fuel cap off because it's completely bone dry. So I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, we might have found the issue. We've not been getting any fuel back to the tank potentially, and it's been over-pressurising the rail. That is my theory anyway. Let's plug my compressor in and blow some air down that line and see if it's clear itself. If it's not, hopefully use the air to clear it out. And yeah, then we can put on this new fuel regulator. Right, hopefully my mic's working this time, so you can hear me, because the compressor's quite loud. I don't need that much air pressure, I just need to check that this goes somewhere. Yeah, there we go. It didn't, and then it did. So let's not, you're not going to be able to hear that, but it is, the tank is bubbling now. So I know now that is clear. That's all I needed to do. So turn that loud compressor off, and then we can fit this new fuel regulator. Are we actually going to make progress today? Is this going to turn on the key? It's quite exciting, isn't it? Right, that's in. It did have a little bracket underneath it as well, so it just didn't look. So that's good. I'm hoping those injectors haven't fallen to pieces in there. I don't think they've got many pulling them out and putting the back ends left in them, to be honest. That doesn't look like it's fitting, but it is tightened up. It's not cross-threaded, so I'm hoping that seals. Hopefully, we can get the proper fuel flow now. I'm also just going to pop that new DME relay in just to cover all bases. It's just literally a pull out and pull in, so I'm not going to film that. And then we will try and turn the key and see if it wants to come to life a little bit easier. I don't know, it might not. And if it doesn't, then I've got some more investigating to do, but let's hope it does. Right, so we've got the new DME relay in, put that fuel pressure regulator in. So let's just turn the key, see if it's got enough battery to crank over. And if it starts straight away, we know that we have cracked it. I've not got that much hope, but we'll see. It's in neutral. It's not going to start first time because it needs to build up fuel pressure again, but we'll see if it wants to bark off at all. That's definitely wanting to go more than it did before, which is good. I think I might just need to put that jumper pack on it. I have given this jumper pack a fresh charge. However, I don't think it lasts very long. It might just give us enough to get it going. Right, black to red, obviously. There we go, that's clicked, so that's ready. Let's give it a go. Door doesn't open. Feels like it wants to go better than it did before, which is a good start. It's trying to bark off on each and every one now. Right, so that's now working again, so this will give it a bit more juice. I can hear the injectors clicking. Still not right though, is it? It should just, after that amount of cranking now, it should just turn on. It's not ideal. Maybe it is just having to build some pressure again, but I don't know. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes. No. That's not on all four. Now that sounds like it's on all four. Oh, that sounds loads better now. It's not missing or anything anymore. Just holding at 2000 RPM. I've got my foot on the accelerator. It sounds good. I honestly don't think any of these gauges in here are working. It's saying we've got no voltages at the battery. Oil pressure is off the scale. Coolant temperature's off the scale. But it is giving me miles per gallon. Well, that definitely started easier than it did, or it has been doing. By the way, I don't know if I said on the video, I have kept the oil. It has got oil. I do wonder what that whining noise is. That's now getting warm, which is good. So we've got water circulating. I think these injectors, the wiring's a bit dodgy as well. Right, that injector there just wiggled and it came back to life. See, it stopped again. And then it works again. So there's something wrong with the wiring for this injector, obviously. See, not doing anything. So I think I need to clean these injectors, the actual fittings. There you go. Okay, let's turn it off and have a look at that wiring. Right, I've had a bit of a play with those injector wiring, just cleaning up some of the connections and stuff, and it seems to be now running quite nicely. One check is you can put a screwdriver to there, then put your ear to it, then you can hear each injector firing, and they are all firing now, which is good. It seems to be holding idle quite nicely now. If I come in here, I can show you the state of play in here. So, fuel light is now on, but it's not registered any fuel for ages. It's saying we're overheating, but we're not. It is giving us MPG. And if you put your foot down, that does change. And the rev counter works, so that's a start. This oil pressure hasn't budged. These voltages haven't budged. And then none of this, like these still turn, but that doesn't move or anything. So still quite a lot of stuff to do in here. But power steering's working, which is good. That's definitely a bit loose and wobbly. Oh, that wiring down there is crap. That needs a door card. It's got no headlining. But I have managed to get all of that paint off the rear window. So that looks a lot better. I also tried just to hammer these dents out a little bit, just so that it'll be easier to put a bit of filler on. I don't want to fill in too much of a big thing. So I've just hammered it out a bit, because if you look back, they were really far in. So that should be a bit better now. So I'm going to let this tick over for a bit, and then I'm going to turn it off, let it cool down completely, and then start it and see if we have actually fixed the issue. Let me also show you some other parts that I've bought for the next episode. So that's the old front bumper that was all mangled. I've bought that one there, which is in a lot better condition. It's got this bit here. I'm hoping when I put that on, it kind of stretches out and it'll be all right. I've also got the rear bumper that would have come off this model year. That needs some fiberglass repairs and stuff. Now, the bottom of the sill there is toast, so I've bought 2 sill repair sections, so I'm going to weld those in the next episode. And then we're just going to generally give it a tidy up. If I put the front bumper on, the rear bumper, paint them a rough matching colour, do the weld section, probably just paint the whole sill black or something, or whatever, I don't know yet. I think that's my plan. If you want me to go further with this car, let me know. But I think at the moment I'm planning just to get it back on the road as a reliable little classic car, I think, and let someone else perfect it. I think, anyway. So let me let this Porsche tick over for a bit, and then I'll get back to you once it's cooled down and we can try and start it again and see if it starts on the button this time. That's my hope and my aim, that that's what we've accomplished. Right, bad audio again, but just a quick video. I just found a relay in my box of bits. I thought, well, a relay's a relay, isn't it? So I just plugged it in, and to be fair, it's trying to operate these headlights. Let me show you. I need to do some adjustment, obviously, because they don't want to work all together. But it is trying now to do it. Can you hear it? So I need to figure that out, but that's at least a start. The motor's now alive, which is good. So I've been faffing around a little bit, just waiting for this Porsche to cool down. And I just want to see if it starts again now. It is nice and cool. I can put my hand on the engine and things now, so I'm happy that it is kind of, yeah, cooled down. I've been messing around with the headlight motor, which I've got to work, but I think the limit switches inside don't work, because I can see why someone took the relay out, because it just wants to close all the time, like it's not hitting a limit. So I need to sort that. That'll be in the next episode, but at least I've kind of made a little bit of headway on that. So let me get inside the car, turn the key and see if it wants to bark into life straight away and see if we fixed this kind of issue of it starting. If we have, it's going to make life a lot easier because I can move the car around and I can get back on to the MG in the next episode. I think that's what I'm going to do because I've done all the work on this. I think I'm going to release this episode and then release the final MG episode after this, I think. So yeah, let's get in the car and see if it'll start on the key now. Fingers crossed. So we're in neutral. I always check that. And now I just want to see, will it come into life just instantly on the turn of the key? Yes, it does. Happy days. So that means I think that was the issue with the starting. It was over-pressurizing the fuel rail and the injectors were fighting the pressure in the fuel rail to open. I think that's what the issue was. Hopefully, anyway. So we've got a running car that can kind of be moved around now, which is ideal. It makes life so much easier. So I think we've achieved so much of this episode. We've met Nino, who's a great guy from Not Economically Viable, the YouTube channel. He's got some really big plans as well. So go and check him out because he is proper gent. The next episode on this car will be me trying to get it through an MOT. I am going to do welding, put the bumpers on, get the headlights to work, get a fuel gauge to work, just try and get all those little bits done to get it through an MOT. And then after that, it's up to you lot. I'm quite happy to sell it on to someone to kind of finish the restoration off. And for me, I'll have had my fun out of it. We've got it working, we've got it a usable car, we've got it back on the road. Also, if you like the hats and things, my merchandise shop is now live. So you can go there and pick up some hats, t-shirts, jumpers, phone cases even, all sorts of stuff I've put on there. So that will really help the channel out and means that if you did want me to do anything more with this Porsche, then I might have the money to do it, but we don't know. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Please comment on the video to tell me what you think I should do with it and give it a like as well. And I will be back next time to work on my MGB again and hopefully get that all finished up. That's the plan. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time around.